was recently launched this year in April. 29 of the applications are on the water development at individual level. Mananeo a letelela batswana betso gore o ka tsaya ka ha bo bo tsaya ka ha temo le tlotlo le ene thuo le tlotlo double dipping jaaka re ka bua ka sekgowa go dira kepo ya metsi ko masimong le ko merakeng ko re ruetseng teng jaanong a re ska re nna re re ga rena metsi ko masimong ga rena metsi ko merakeng lenaneo kile.
Furthermore, government has set aside 13.9 million pula for the upgrading of this national agricultural showground to uplift the Cross Poultry House as well as the construction of the multipurpose hall with a mission to transform it to international standards. Tlotla Matlabapiri, BTV News, Gaborone.
The Minister of Minerals and Energy, Mr. Lefoko Moagi, has called on women to apply for prospective mining licenses to search for undiscovered minerals in Botswana. Mr. Moagi noted this at the second annual Women in Mining Botswana organization, PITSO, saying in return women can start businesses, create employment and contribute actively to the economy.
Women in Mining Botswana organization was launched in 2023 with the aim to address gender inequality issues in the mining sector by promoting equal opportunities for women in a male-dominated sector. Mr. Moagi encouraged women to invest in mining before it becomes more expensive to invest in that sector.
As the ministry, to give or relax requirements for licenses, right from prospecting, mineral permits, mining licenses, and all that. And I would therefore like to encourage women in mining to come up with strategic ways and even recommendations that can help to expedite exploration for and mining of the abundant minerals in this country and what we have.
And as I've mentioned, you can be an employee, you can be a supplier to the mining industry, etc., etc. But it's important that we all participate in the mining value chain. Yes, it's lucrative once you've gone into that value chain, but please don't forget, it's also hard work.
However, the minister expressed a great concern about people who sell prospective mining licenses.
Citizens. But what we see is now a trend where people now hoard these licenses. Somebody will be sitting with 17 licenses, as an example, and then they go and find would-be investors instead of actually advocating for an equity stake in those licenses.
Women in mining shared their experiences in that sector. I hope one day you will require rights to polish diamonds.
And polishing at least.
Large-scale mines, when they have their mining land, there is some land that is not very suitable for large-scale, but it's suitable for small-scale. The resource which will be there won't be suitable for large-scale. We then go and apply for land like that and do it correctly.
Mr. Moagi has also urged parents, teachers, and relevant stakeholders to invest on research and technology and encourage the girl child to study STEM subjects in school because highly skilled technological savvy individuals are in high demand at the mines. BTV News, Gaborone.
A mental health advocate for ecopath pathology, Dr. Katlego Rabuti, says government departments should foster a culture of open communication about mental health issues and non-communicable diseases, as neglecting such issues can affect productivity and overall performance of organizations. Dr. Rabuti said this at the Ministry for State President Wellness Day. Continues.
The Ministry for State President held its annual Wellness Day at Odze, with the aim of encouraging employees to participate on health-related activities. The ministry has been organizing wellness days on an annual basis ever since government started promoting a healthy lifestyle to help the Ministry of Health on its fight against non-communicable diseases.
Mental health is a serious illness. Okay? It's so serious that, like I was saying earlier, sometimes people are sick because mentally they are not well. There was a time Nikila go broadcasting service, and we talked about how anger is one of the leading causes of cancer. Stress is one of the leading causes of depression.
We can beat NCDs and improve mental health. Mental health.
Let's work hard to fight non-communicable diseases and also take care of our mental health. Officers from Office of the President promised to continue prioritizing their mental health.
I pray, I make sure that at least once a week I'll go and walk or do some form of exercise. Or I book in myself for a psychologist for at least 2 boo, because I believe talking things out. I do
annual checks and also exercise regularly.
So most of the time when I feel like I'm overwhelmed, I usually take a break.
I take health breaks at work every time I feel overwhelmed.
Mentally and physically.
On this day, about 16 employees were recognized for their weight loss, which occurred 3 months before Wellness Day on their program called The Biggest Loser. BTV News or Tse.
You're watching BTV News. Thank you for staying with us. The Minister of Defense and Security, Mr. Kagiso Musi, has applauded the Botswana Police Service for their hard work and determination in fighting crime countrywide. He showered the BPS with praises during the launch of the City Police Unit and handover of 10 vehicles that will be used by the entire Francistown Police to respond to public reports on time. Kidibonye Lekalaki reports.
The City Police Initiative was established in December 2023 with 100 trained officers and other resources at Gaborone. Francistown, as the second city, is also benefiting from this initiative to strengthen law enforcement to safeguard Francistowners' peace and security. Minister Musi assures that government will continue to add on relevant resources that will fight crime effectively.
City policing is one of the many transformative strategies employed by Botswana Police Service to manage crime with a view to building public trust and confidence on the police. It is also aimed at reducing the fear of crime amongst citizens, residents and guests to this great nation.
Botswana Police Service is mandated to ensure the safety and security of the people of Botswana by, among others, protecting life and property, preventing and detecting crime, enforcing all written laws, and doing that in partnership with the community.
Francistown Mayor Mr. Hodisan Radisero applauded the police for bringing the City Police Initiative to his city to address escalating criminal activities influenced by its proximity to the Zimbabwe border.
I'm very happy how I officially the city policing ya ka ne ke ba bona ba tshwaetse mo tshwantsho tsa musiking ba supa gore ba tshwaetse ba bohile di hatlego ya no ke gona ka ra go theogela right. So we are here to support them ke bana ba rona gare go ba tsaya ka lepe, but rather to support them gore be go na le phitlhelelo ka gore phitlhelelo ye ba ka nna le yone ke ya gore we restore the peace e re batla mo toropong ya rona Francistown.
The Francistown City Policing comes with 30 officers and 10 vehicles that will be used to fight and prevent crimes such as armed and street robberies, cash in transit heists, among others. Gidi Bonye Lekalake, BTV News, Francistown.
Haley and Mido joint venture has donated a 2-roomed house to Ms. Nkemetse Phuthego at Letlhakane. Speaking the official handing over of the house, the Member of Parliament for Boteti East, Mr. Sethomolela Tisitswe, said the donation will give Ms. Phuthego a dignified life.
This house donation by Hilly and Mido joint venture to Ms. Onkemetse Puteho is in line with one of the National Vision 2036 Pillar number 2, which calls on Botswana to be an inclusive society with strong family institutions. We hope this house donation will benefit Ms. Onkemetse Puteho and help her in many ways. It also gives us courage as Hilly and Mido.
Blessed is the hand that gives.
We will remember this company through the house. Hilly and Mido joint venture was commended for the good gesture. Dignity to one of the community members through this donation, as she will have a roof over her head and will keep her belongings safe. I thank the company and wish them to have more blessings and continue to win tenders. This is the first major donation in my constituency, and I appreciate it. Hilly and Mido joint venture was contracted to build the new Letlhakane police station, hence donating the house, which is finished with a bed and kitchen equipment, as their corporate social responsibility. Sebastian Teboho, BTV News, Letlhakane.
Let's take a look at stories making headlines beyond our borders. Taking place between Ethiopia and Somalia, an act is said to be one of its efforts to cement ties in Africa. Ethiopia and Somalia are currently at loggerheads over a land agreement between Ethiopia and Somaliland, a breakaway region of Somalia. Earlier this year, Ethiopia signed a deal with Somaliland to lease part of its coastline in exchange for Ethiopia to become the first state to recognize Somaliland as a sovereign state. However, Somalia is strongly against this agreement, arguing it is unlawful and undermines its territorial integrity. Turkey's mediation efforts are seen as underlying its growing influence in the strategic Horn of Africa region. Turkey has heavily ties and investment in both Somalia and Ethiopia. Experts stress on the appropriateness of its positioning itself as a mediator.
Turkey established its largest embassy in Somalia's capital. It also established its largest military training facility again in Somalia. But Turkey also has old and established relations with Ethiopia as well.
There's a reason why the Horn of Africa has American military bases, Chinese military bases, Japanese even have a base in that area. It's hydrocarbon resources and other resources like agricultural resources and have not been developed and would need networks of infrastructure that a country like Turkey could provide if there was security and stability.
News, Liza Osakeni on standby to take you through that. Good evening, Liza.
Good evening, Olibile.
It's time for you.
Of course, thank you so much.
Right.
Good evening. I am Liza Osakeng with your World of Sport, and we are starting off with athletics news. At the ongoing Diamond League in Lausanne, Switzerland, Botswana's Olympic gold medalist Litsile Tebogo continued to shine, finishing first in the men's 200-meter race after clocking a time of 19.64 seconds, followed by the USA team members Knighton and Fred Kelly, respectively. And now moving on, Botswana athletics team that will represent the country at the World Athletics Junior Championships in Lima, Peru, received a shot in the arm yesterday as the BOTSWANA Diamond Company, in partnership with the DBS Global Group, announced a 533,900 pula sponsorship for the team. Victoria Dakin and Horata Moyeng compiled this report.
BOTSWANA sponsorship is an extension of their 3-year 9 million pula partnership with Botswana Athletics Association, which has been running since 2022 and coming to an end this year. Speaking at the send-off ceremony for the team in Gaborone, the BOTSWANA head of corporate affairs, Rachel Matibazela, said they are grateful that the 12 athletes in the team have been drawn from across the country with a balanced gender representation of 6 males and 6 females.
At BOTSWANA, along with our partners, DBS and Diamond Trading Company Botswana, we believe that sport development is one pathway to creating sustainable livelihoods. The current crop of our senior national athletics team is testament to this, as evidenced by the recent incentives, personal endorsements, and allowances they have received. Yet in the pursuit of high performance, our athletes must understand that the pressure to excel on the world stage can sometimes lead to the temptation to enhance performance artificially in order to meet the demands of the moment. So we urge you, our young champions, to resist this temptation.
Our strategy is called Building Forever, where it's our sustainability strategy. We can leave a lasting legacy even after the last diamond is mined, wherever it is where we operate, and in community development or sports development, as it were.
The team will be competing in the men and women's 200 meters, men's 400 meters, women's 4x1 meters relay, men's 4x4 meters relay, as well as 4x4 meters mixed relay.
We promise better results. We are going to make you proud and bring home some medals.
The president of Botswana Athletics Association, Moses Banzi, applauded local companies such as BOTSWANA, DTCB and DBS Group for supporting local sport.
Had it not been BOTSWANA, we will not be here. Because as the team managers have said, this team has been nurtured from its infant athletics journey, from the kids athletes to the youth level and to where they are. And BOTSWANA has contributed a lot.
The team will depart for Lima, Peru on Friday, while the World Athletics Youth Championships take place from the 27th to the 31st of August. They are expected back home next Tuesday. Victoria Dakin, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
Now, still at the send-off ceremony, BOTSWANA took the opportunity to present each member of Team Botswana's support staff that was at the Paris 2024 Olympic Games with an amount of 30,000 pula as a token of appreciation. In return, Botswana Athletics Association also gave a token of appreciation to BOTSWANA for their continued support.
This is a very beautiful gift.
Currently, the diamond market is facing challenges. We hope our revenue grows as time goes on so that we'll be able to continue to sponsor athletics and help these athletes compete at Australia 2032 Olympics.
Grateful,
BOTSWANA, DTCB and DBS Group for this, and also maybe to wish the under-20 national team all the best, hold high the Olympic values.
It would be amiss not to really thank our sponsors. As the government, or as the body responsible for sport through the government of Botswana, we are consistently calling for sponsors, knocking on doors, asking to say, come on board. And BOTSWANA came on board long before people even knew we were going to be here today. And for that, we are truly thankful. Most of times when we knock on doors, people want results. They don't understand that sport is a process, it's a development. development journey. It's a grassroots development thing. And with BOTSWANA, they jumped on before we were even here, 3 years ago. And now we are absolutely certain that we are producing diamonds. And I think with DTCB coming on board and DBS coming on board, it's a call for other corporates and other entities to say we can do this and we can do this together.
And now finishing off with football news, the 700,000 Pula grant given to clubs to compete at preliminary stage of this year's Confederation of African Football's Champions League has been hailed as a welcome development by joining Galaxy Football Club. Let's now take a look at the next clip.
Morake said the funds will go a long way in assisting clubs with different logistics, as in being punctual at the competition's games.
It's very expensive for travel go Africa go
To compete in CAF Champions League is very expensive because there is a lot of logistics involved, and you also need quality players who can compete at continental level.
Africa starts it's Namibia. The
public relations officer highlighted that this year they are fortunate to have been pitted against a team from the region, which also is playing their home and away games in Botswana. He said this was enough motivation for the team to win the return leg and advance to the next stage, as they have cut costs by playing both legs locally.
Africa is very expensive.
This season, we were very fortunate to play preliminary stages of the championship with regional teams in the SADC region. We want to applaud CAF for their financial assistance. The funds will go a long way in covering the logistics of traveling across Africa, and for that, we are very grateful.
Logistics very expensive.
Ghana Galaxy are a goal behind following the 1-0 defeat against African Stars of Namibia last weekend. The two teams will play the second leg of the preliminary round at Botswana National Stadium this Saturday, where the winner will progress to face either Orlando Pirates of South Africa or Disciples FC of Mauritius. Tsegofatso Malepa, PTV Sports, Gaborone.
Well, and that is it for sport this evening. Let's now take a look at stories making headlines once again.
Government enacts laws to preserve and commercialize cultural heritage. Women encouraged to apply for prospective mining licenses.
And in sport, Litsile Tebogo wins the 200-meter race of the Diamond League competition.
Well, that is the news we had for you this Friday. Do stay with us. What is up next?
Good evening and welcome. Tonight's weather forecast is brought to you by Kumo Cecil Monarch. This evening, clouds are visible over the extreme eastern parts of our country. Over the remaining areas, clear skies are visible. On Saturday, we are expecting some few patches of clouds to be visible over southern, central, and northeast district. Over the remaining areas, we're expecting some clear skies. We are expecting fresh to strong winds over Khanzi and Kalahari district. The public is advised to take necessary precautions. In the morning, we're expecting some cold temperatures over Kalahari district. Over Khanzi, southern, southeast, Gauteng, and southern, central, and northeast, we're expecting some mild temperatures. And over the remaining areas, we're expecting some warm temperatures. In the afternoon, warm temperatures are expected over the entire country with a range of 26 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius. Now, looking at the fire bulletin, is showing some active wildfires over some areas of Ngamile and Chobe, Khanzi, Kalahari, southern, and Kwenin district. The fire danger index for tomorrow is showing dangerous to very dangerous conditions over most parts of our country. The public is advised to handle fire with care. Now, on Sunday, we are expecting some clear skies over the entire country with warm afternoon temperatures expected over Khanzi, Kalahari, southern, southeast, Gauteng, and central and northeast district with a range of 28 to 30 degrees Celsius. Over Ngamiland and Chobe, we are expecting some hot afternoon temperatures with maximums of 31 to 32 degrees Celsius. That's the weather forecast. Have yourself a good evening.